You know, I had the drone in the air, live fire on the ground, lots of noise, but I had a problem with my hearing protection. And I always say that your gear either earns your trust or it doesn't. And that's what today's about. Because when static started bleeding into my headset every time I was flying the drone, I realized that the EM066s from my friends over at ProHear just wasn't another test. It was a reminder that affordable gear does come with some trade-offs. When my friends over at ProHear asked if I wanted to test their EM066s for an honest review, well, I jumped on it. And that's what this video is about. The EM066 checks a lot of boxes for the price. It's under $60, has a 23 dB rating, it's powered by 2 AAA batteries, and it's got a really simple aux port for wired audio. It also has a recessed volume dial and 2 omnidirectional ambient mics that amplify up to 4 times. The sound compression for gunshots and noises above 82 dB are about 0.01 seconds. It's a little hard for me to test that exact time, but I can tell you I didn't have any problems with loud noise leaking in or coming through the speakers. It has a foldable frame and, well, this is about 318 grams or 9.6 ounces for those of us in the US. To give you an idea, this weighs about as much as a DJI Mini 2 drone and an extra battery, and that is slightly heavier than this headset. Has an adjustable headband and padded ear cups. You also have Velcro here for morale patches, and they even give you a few patches to put on. They have a 4-hour auto shutoff, which puts that solidly in the entry-level options like the Walker's Razor Slims or the Howard Liggett Impact Sport, but at a fraction of the cost. Look, these are marketed as entry-level ear pro for shooters who want, well, a little bit of tech without breaking the bank. So I gave these a fair run, and let's talk about it. Look, these aren't tactical flex gear. They're basically the high point of hearing protection. You know, affordable, functional, gets the job done as long as you don't ask too much of it. I ran these at the range, and even when mowing the lawn. It was light and didn't clamp on my head like I had a vice. And for new shooters, that's a big win. But look, not everything is coming up roses for this product. Other than picking up interference from my drone controller, I ran into some additional issues. Let's explore those additional issues a little bit deeper, because it might change why you would buy these or why you might not buy these. The first red flag, static. There's a faint hiss that rides just under the ambient mic. It's not loud, it's not constant, but it is a little distracting when you're trying to stay alert. And this is before I even did drone footage. This is while I was shooting. So I tested out the aux port here. I plugged my phone in to listen to some podcasts while I was cutting the lawn. Even at full volume, the sound was so low that I had to double check both here and on my phone to see if it was jacked all the way up. So in noisy environments, you're just not going to rock out to your favorite music. The other issue I came up with was really the American flag patch. They give you 2 of them, but when you put the right-hand side on, the flag is facing the wrong way. It's flying in retreat. So I contacted ProHear to see what they had to say about this. And to their credit, they acknowledged every issue. They're already working on improvements. And that tells me they're paying attention, even down to the flag etiquette. So who are these for? If you're just getting started out, or you just need a spare set for, well, guests, kids, or spouses, or for your buddy who never brings gear to the range, this fits the bill. But if you're expecting high-end clarity or performance in loud, messy environments, you're going to hit that ceiling really fast. Is this a horrible product? No, but it does have its limitations. Let's face it, if you just don't want to run foam plugs, these are a great budget option. And if you made it to the end, great. Let's hear you in the comments down below. What is your go-to ear pro? If you're watching on YouTube, click that video right there. That video is about the in-ear hearing protection that I've been running for a few years. For everybody else, there's a link down below. Train, build, reclaim. Welcome to the Rogue Nation.